Manny live here, guys. I'm gonna just get into this right away and just say we're gonna be watching this shit right here with Faze Clan because it seems like these guys are Epstein 2.0s down there. I don't know what the hell they got going on at Faze Clan, but apparently our boy might be a pedophile. Faze Temperr to be exact. Now, before we get into this video, I'm gonna show the screenshots of the tweets which are proof. This is the alleged allegation.
First thing I'm gonna say in this video is I'm not a pedophile. Rain is not talking about me. There, I got it out.
Oh yeah, nice. Because I was thinking it was Banks. I'm not gonna hold you. Banks is the most pedophile nigga in Faze. Like, he has the most pedophile potential, but he ain't a pedophile.
Video over, peace out. No. This is definitely not funny. This is definitely not gonna be like a super lighthearted video. And yeah, I'm sitting in a hotel room right now in New York City. I left Faze a month ago and quit the internet a month ago, and for whatever reason, I keep getting dragged.
Nigga, you didn't quit the internet. Just to clarify this shit, Banks, I love this nigga so much, but man, he was scamming Aiden Ross, AR Loyals, he was scamming everybody. He got right up out this bitch.
Dragged back into this shit. It's like it's my fucking destiny or where I'm supposed to be, I guess. I don't know. It's fucking retarded. But yeah, I'm getting fucking spammed in my mentions right now on Twitter, asking if I'm a pedophile, being accused that I'm a pedophile, being tagged in this clip from Faze Rain on Fearbuck, talking about there's a pedophile at Faze, and I talked about it, and these are all the reasons why I don't like Faze and why I got fucked over by Faze and how I feel, whatever, and I'm gonna get into all that, but the first thing that needs to be addressed is obviously this pedophile shit.
Faze Rain, this nigga is the biggest crash out I've ever seen in my life. Why the fuck are you going on these Twitter pages, these Twitter crash out engagement bait pages? Is this nigga on Adderall again? Is he on 80 milligrams of Adderall, mixing that whole, going on his rants about Faze Clan being the Illuminati and shit again? Rain, let this go, bro.
Very heavy accusation.
Oh, damn.
It's a life-shattering, life-altering accusation, and that's why it's so heavy, and that's why this is the first time that I'm speaking about it. I have to speak about it now, because there's no fucking shot I'm going out sad like that. I'm not getting labeled any kind of predator, pedophile, not me,
Boy, he knew we were coming for his ass. We don't give a fuck. Look, as a joke, Banks is not no pedophile. He can obviously get grown-ass girls. He got bad bitches. I seen his IG. Anyways, this nigga is not a pedophile.
with that shit, and
it would have been jokes if he was.
And talk about the series of events that have unfolded to this point from my POV. So
let's
just get into it. Got a phone call about a year ago from Faze Rain, or a text rather. He's kind of going off just about all the reasons why he's upset with Faze, hates Faze, doesn't fuck with Faze, because it's just been a long process, obviously, guys. We've been doing this, and there's a lot. It's very, very complicated, but whatever. Rain's going off about how Faze has slighted him, and he brings up that somebody's a pedophile, and nobody gives a fuck, and nobody wants to talk about it. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Call him. He's like, thanks, don't fucking play dumb. We talked about this before. I'm like, Norton, pause.
What did I say, bro? This nigga Rain is back on Adderall. He's back on Adderall, weed, liquor. He's mixing all them bitches in a mixing pot at once and ranting. What do you mean we talked about this before? What do you mean there's a pedophile in Faze and no one wants to address it, dog? This nigga
You're
tripping.
saying
What
that
is that?
Faze Temperr is a pedophile, which that is who he's talking about in the clip. And there's a story, and we're gonna get into it.
Hold on, real quick. Does Faze Temperr have a wife and kids? Yo, this nigga got a wife? Wifey? And he got a kid? Hold on. Man, she looking bad as hell, man. Take that down. Yo, okay, chill. Let me chill. But yo, Temperr, your ass tripping, nigga. You got a wife and kids doing all that?
I'm like, whoa, that's Tommy. That's our brother. This is who we started this Faze shit with. I'm calling him. That was the first thing I said. I'm calling him, and I'm calling Apex, because apparently this is something Apex is aware of as well. Norton and Tommy, or Norton and Apex are the closest on the team. So obviously, if Norton's gonna talk to anybody about anything and be transparent, it's Apex. So I patched Tommy and Apex in the call immediately, and we sit on this phone call and we talk for a long time. We were on the phone probably for at least an hour, maybe even fucking 2 hours on the phone talking about this. And Tommy's first initial knee-jerk reaction to all this shit was, what the fuck are you talking about?
Because that's what I'm talking about. Yo, what are you doing on a phone call for 1 or 2 hours discussing whether a nigga's a pedophile or not? You already know within the first 5 minutes of that bitch. Yeah, I fucked a kid or whatever the hell. I fucked an underage girl. What are you guys talking about for 2 damn hours?
Norton, no, this is not what the conversation was like. You're misremembering, you're misinterpreting. Obviously, Rain is coming back, standing firm on the fact that, no, you did say this. I do believe that you did this, whatever. And there's a conversation that happened between Norden and Faze Temperr years ago. This conversation that I'm describing on the phone with Apex, Tommy, Rain, and myself, obviously.
This nigga
sorry,
tweaking.
I'm
Yo, this nigga tweaking as well, bro. The whole group of Faze Clan are on drugs, nigga. All them niggas tweaking.
Doing one video, and I'm putting this shit out there, and Rain can talk about all the details of it. Apex can respond, Tommy, whatever. So this conversation I'm describing to you guys is a phone call from a year ago, but Tommy and Faze Rain had a conversation between themselves years ago. I might be misremembering it, but I think it was 3-4 years ago they talked about this, and that's how long these guys have been sitting on that for. So this gets brought up years later. It's obviously a very heavy accusation. What can you do in that situation? The way we left that phone call off was, let's get to the bottom of this, let's handle it. I mean, Rain's talking about making videos,
yeah.
Rain's talking about this, and nobody's telling him not to. I mean, obviously Tommy's like, bro, this isn't true, you're gonna fucking ruin my life. Tommy, for the record, is married, lives in the Midwest,
we just seen his wife as well, baddie. What are you doing, real? Rain's back on some shit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Kid, and is pretty much more or less off this internet shit. So, you know, the implications, the ramifications rather, this has on his life, it's life shattering. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked. And I don't, for the record, also, I don't necessarily have any reason to believe that Tommy is a predator, pedophile. If that were the case, I wouldn't be following him. He would not be my homie. I would have spoken about this to some degree or handled it to some degree to a point where I was satisfied with the result. But this was a thing between Norden and Tommy. And Tommy's response was, "You're bugging. You're tripping. This is not true." Tommy at this point is obviously going to have to make some sort of response and clarify, you know, what this is. I'm curious to see Apex's side of this shit too, because I remember vividly him on the call like, this is the first time hearing about it too. I'm talking to him on the side, like, what the fuck is going on?
Yo, this nigga Rain has to be like put down. Like, you gotta deal. Yo, listen, I know you built Faze Clan, you built all this shit, bro, but you've been tweaking recently. I don't know what's good with you, gang, but
and he's just as confused as I am, and just as
yo little rants, yo psychosis rants, Rain, are gonna ruin innocent niggas' lives. Like, just you ranting because you off some pills, you mixing shit. Yeah, nigga, you built Faze, but no one cares anymore about that shit. It's about now what's going on. You can't ruin niggas' lives now.
Obviously concerned as I am. And yeah, I mean, what else can you do? Like, we're on this call, and the way it left off was, let's get to the bottom of it. And we just never followed up. I don't think we ever, I think that's the last, as sad as it is, last phone call that us four were on together. Yeah, I mean, this Faze shit goes deep. I cannot discredit the way that Norden feels or all of his emotions about this Faze shit, because quite frankly, I feel a lot of the same ones, to be honest. So I can't sit here and be like, Rain's fucking tripping and bugging and...
Nigga, yes, you fucking can say that. It's not to say that Faze fucked you over. Listen, Faze fucking you over and your homie fucking little kids ain't the same damn thing. So I don't know. You gotta fix up with Rain.
Right, because it absolutely did not. And I feel for that deeply. I think the only people that can really relate to how Rain feels in his relationship with Faze to any degree are myself, Tommy, and Apex, unironically. And yeah, we all got fucked over. We all got really, really fucked in the last rendition of Faze with the last ownership, it going public, etc. And yeah, I mean, that was kind of my whole idea, my whole mission with buying the shit back and bringing it back in the first place was it left on a really sour note and was really whack. And pretty much more or less a dead brand, and that really didn't sit well with me. The money was fucked. Like, we all got fucked over on that. Nobody got rich. Well, not nobody got rich. All the worst, wrong people got rich, and we were left holding a bag and got nothing out of it. And like Rain has said, and I have to tend to agree with him, he's fucking Faze Rain. So his POV from all this, New York,
my camera was
genuinely I do. Like he said, he made more money than all of us, which is facts. Rain was incredibly generous, is incredibly generous the entire time I've known him, paid for shit, put everybody on his platform.
That's one thing I know about Rain. Rain is a nice ass dude. I'll admit that shit. I saw him calling his sister a bot because he was giving her 100 bands a month and she still wanted to go and work. Bitch, you was getting 100 bands a month and you still want to go clock into a motherfucking job? Ah, beat your ass!
Form did not move weird. I see the disdain and the fucking and how much he doesn't like current culture between other influencers and creators, because it's against everything that he ever lived for or was about. And I could stand on that and you know, despite whether Rain feels a type of way about me, him and I have always been hot and cold, but I don't know, the last conversation we had, I wished you a happy birthday and you told me you loved me. So I never really know where I'm at with Rain. But the truth is how I feel and how I've always told him I feel. You're my fucking brother and we're
real
family,
nigga shit.
And I'll always love you. I'll always
real nigga shit right there. Real nigga shit right there, Banks.
care about you. And yeah, during all these renditions of Faze and all the issues he's talking about, and I'm sure he's gonna go into detail about shit getting paid for, X, Y, and Z. I was always an advocate for him. For the record, he has had, like Faze has helped him get visas, has paid for legal shit. I made sure that he was sent money when he was in trouble financially and had to get some shit paid for. I called, I can't say who I called, but I called and fucking barked the fuck up and made sure that shit was handled and advocated for Rain and always advocated for the boys.
That's one thing I like about Banks as well. He is a real nigga. My camera was tweaking. But outside of the internet shit, Banks is the real, like, he's a real nigga. He gets shit done for people.
And I've offered personally out of my own personal money to help Rain, because I'm not just saying it, that kid is my fucking brother, and there's no world where somebody I call my brother is gonna fucking ever worry about where their mom's sleeping or their mom shit or their own shit or any of that shit. That's not gonna happen. And he gracefully always declined these offers because that's just the kind of guy Rain is. It's very, very complicated. I don't necessarily agree with all this. I don't agree with a lot of the shits Rain's done and said, and I've been very vocal to him about that as well. And I'm sure he feels the same way about me in reverse. But this whole pedophile shit, this is as heavy as it gets, and this is as life-shattering as it gets. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I had to make this fucking video. No fucking shot. One tweet is too many. I got 100 people in my mentions like, yo, you a pedophile, dog? Nah, no shot. Not about to just like stay quiet. I've been too quiet for too long also, and I'm about to start barking up too. So yeah, that.
One day I go to New York and I go to this club that's 21 plus, and I link up with a buddy there, and he invites a couple girls, and I end up going back with these girls. We're all shit-faced, and I end up going back with these girls to my hotel room. I slept with one of them, and I found out after that this girl was 17, and that's the age of consent in New York. But regardless, I was sick to my stomach. It was just extremely uncomfortable knowing that and thinking about the situation. And that was it. And so shortly after that, or however long after that, Emma and I got back together, and you know, I was fully working on myself and becoming a better man and doing what I have to do to heal myself and heal like all the trauma that I had, and just work on myself on being a better man. And you know, not too long after that, I proposed. And a few months later, we found out she's pregnant, and now I realize I have a child on the way, so I have to put my self-growth in overdrive, because my child does not deserve to live a life where he picks up the bad habits that I had growing up. And so the last few years of my life have been on super fixated on just becoming a better man, husband, and father. That's been my number one focus, and it's something that I needed for myself. And you know, I wish that I started earlier. I wish that I didn't put the love of my life through all the things that I put her through, and you know, and that was it. And so this allegation of me being called a pedophile is fucking insane. Anybody that knows me knows I am not a pedophile or even anything close to that, including Norden himself. So I this is something that is going to follow me around forever. And it's just sick because people on the internet will take things and twist it into something that it isn't, and just keep running with it. And now I just have to deal with the repercussions, you know. And so that's the unfortunate part about this reality. But that's it. I mean, there was nothing else to it than that. And yeah.